You know, when it's a group of people trying to get something collectively done, it's always that one person that can't follow simple instructions. Turns out we already got two of them. Over the past 24 hours, we found out that two people broke the NBA bubble guidelines, and it turns out they're going to have to be quarantined for much longer than everybody else. Now, the first person who must come forth is Richaun Holmes. He's an all-purpose power forward for the Sacramento Kings. Now, just listen to how crazy this situation is. It turns out that Richaun Holmes actually crossed NBA quarantine boundaries to meet a food delivery person from Postmates, but that's not it. Kelly Oubre tweeted out this. He said, "To all my NBA bros, Postmates delivers to the hotel. You just have to go out and meet the delivery person at the hotel entrance. Security will not hold the food for you or help you. Yeah, the food whack, but we here for a bigger purpose. Hope that helps." Shh. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, either Kelly Oubre is crazy stupid himself, or either Kelly Oubre is a genius. It's either one of the two. This tweet right here could possibly be bait, plain and simple. Kelly Oubre could have possibly understood that somebody was going to actually believe this tweet and actually try to order Postmates and violate the quarantine bubble guidelines. Not only did Richaun Holmes violate the bubble by leaving the Orlando campus, he actually had contact with another person outside of the bubble in the epicenter of the world for this virus. Kelly Oubre might have actually just been trolling. I'm pretty sure you guys understand the Suns are in the race for the 8th seed as well. Maybe he'd have caught Zion Williamson. Maybe he'd have caught Brandon Ingram. Maybe he could have caught De'Aaron Fox. We understand that it's a long shot for the Suns to make the playoffs, but this might have been a 200 IQ by Kelly Oubre himself. But regardless, somebody from the NBA most likely got into Kelly Oubre's ear and basically told him to delete that mail because he deleted the tweet right away, and he basically tweeted out, "Never mind." And Richaun Holmes probably seen this and thought it was a green light for him to order some Postmates. I'm pretty sure you guys seen the struggle food that these NBA players are working with in the Orlando bubble. The chicken don't even look seasoned. They almost kicked J.R. Smith off the Lakers for even telling the menu. Now, just like in my last video when I sympathize with the NBA players when it comes to the thoughts, you guys sympathize with the NBA players when it comes to the food in this situation too. We talking about millionaires. They can pretty much get whatever food they want, caviar, anything. I'm pretty sure they're not ordering caviar, but they can order some extravagant dishes, and all of a sudden we get unseasoned chicken. It's a dilemma. So of course people were going to be compelled to actually order from Postmates, but did he really think anybody was going to actually do it? Now, if Kelly Oubre actually thought that this is going to be feasible, he ain't no better than Richaun Holmes. But in my opinion, I think that was bait mail, because if Kelly Oubre thought himself that he could have possibly done that, why didn't he do it already? And if he did do it already, why isn't he also being punished by quarantining an extra 10 days, just like Richaun Holmes? Now, it wasn't only Richaun Holmes. Somebody from the Houston Rockets called Bruno Caboclo. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I can't even pronounce that. Let's just understand that he's a bench player for the Houston Rockets. What we understand now is that he broke the guidelines as well. And I'm not even sure specifically for what. What we know is that he quote unquote inadvertently broke the quarantine because he left his room before he was allowed to do so. Now, if you guys have not necessarily been keeping up with the quarantine guidelines, when the players first arrived in Orlando, the bubble, they have to self-quarantine for at least a couple of days. Of course, this is because you have to test the players who have actually arrived in the bubble. And it also recently came out that two people who were actually flown to Orlando actually tested positive. So of course the self-quarantine period was actually super useful, man, because if those two people were to actually fraternize and be around the other people of the quarantine bubble, they could have possibly spread the virus a lot quicker, and everybody would have been quarantined, and pretty much the whole NBA bubble would have most likely been popped. But it turns out that the young blood Bruno, he didn't really understand the guidelines. And I'm gonna just applaud the NBA writers for this, because in both cases, in Richaun Holmes' case and of course in Bruno's case, they're pretty much softballing these guys. People are using words like inadvertently, accidentally. Like, let's be honest, Chief. You got some set strict rules that I'm pretty sure everybody has been briefed on so far. It's not like they've been in the NBA bubble for a very long time and they could possibly forget a couple of rules. Ladies and gentlemen, they've been in the NBA bubble for less than a week. You telling me in less than a week you forget rules that quick? How do these guys even memorize an NBA playbook? But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it will not surprise me at all if people actually do violate the NBA bubble guidelines later on down the line. I'm just surprised in this particular circumstance, man, because it is so soon. Similar to my last video, people are already just completely violating the NBA bubble. It's like these players don't even care. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. But it's been your boy, and we out.